Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is brought to you by HumanT-shirts.com. You can get your human gear. Human, you see human first. There's race there. You look closer, you can see race. But it's all about seeing human first. Change how you see. That's the message behind it. And if you don't know, this is a top team tutorial. That's right. We're back. The tutorials are back. This thing is gangster, and the good masks have the two different materials. Whew. What's going on, y'all? Troy Rawlings here. Top team tutorial. This one, if you haven't noticed yet, is about merchandising, monetization, and all that good stuff. Okay? This is the one we talk about your products. You are your first product, of course, and all the ways that people can stay in touch with you, feel like they are part of your vision, feel like they're part of your mission. This is very important. So, if you're part of the top team, check out your emails. This is in your email. You know the deal. If you're not a part of the top team, you need to DM me, text me, email me at troyrawlings@gmail.com. Whatever you need to do to get these tutorials, they will help you, okay? But let's get to it. Top team tutorial. We're going to talk about monetization and merchandising. Also, this is brought to you by @HumanT-shirts or HumanT-shirts.com. Go check out HumanT-shirts.com. We're doing great things in the community and some great gear. You say it with your chest. Okay. As you can see, I got some of my human gear on, and I am going to talk a little bit about merchandising monetization. These are going to be a little bit shorter than the normal half an hour ones, probably, but I'm going to do a few more. Okay, guys, get your pen, your paper, your pad, get your note cards, whatever you need, or just your computer situation, whatever you like to do and that makes you happy. Come on, get happy. Okay, I don't know if I'll get sued for that. All right, let's get underway. Y'all getting the message so far? All right. Now, and shout out to my guy Rick Younger. I might have to just extend this and tag him in it, because what I love about Rick Younger, he does his budget morning show. He's been doing it for a while, from Periscope to Facebook to IG. He's been doing it for a while, but he always has his Rick Younger show mug and all that stuff. So shout out to my man Rick Younger. All right, let's get into it. Also, let me take this. This is it can be a fanny pack. It can be, I use it as a chest and backpack because my fanny's too big. I can't be. All right, y'all. Hope all is well. It's been a minute. It's been a lot going on for everybody. I know. Life has been great, crazy, and all that stuff. Post-pandemic. Also in the midst of things. Stay safe out there, folks. Stay safe out there. But I really wanted to touch on this one. This is one of the most important ones for me, and that's why I wanted to save it for last out of the 3 overall tutorials that I was doing for the team. And we're in the month of August of 2021. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's almost time for kids to go back to school, all that great stuff. So I want to talk to you about your brand. I want to talk to you about some real quick basics to really get you guys underway. Let me deal with one of the first things, and some of you may be like, why is that necessary? Key thing. Your online merchant accounts. Now, for those of you that had businesses before, you realize merchant accounts, when they came in and anything that took credit cards, whatever, they would come and try to sell you merchant credit card machines at your business. When I was in my barbershop and doing barbering for years, that was a big deal. Hey, if you can accept credit cards, you can take your business to the next level. And at the time, it was like, you wanted to be like most cash businesses. Cash ruled everything around us. Cream, get the money, dollar bill, y'all. But they were on to the fact that they knew that with American society and credit and everything that was going digital, that it would be necessary for people to be able to move around and pay. Some people like to pay at the time. I'm talking about in the 90s. People were paying for things with credit card if you had it. There were no debit cards in the 90s. So, but we had clients and business clients and people like that like to pay with credit cards if you could take it, but most of us weren't taking it. Now, it's a normal thing for the average person that's selling anything, even if you want to send money to mom, dad, friend, or whoever, to do it online, to move it via digital numbers. And that's how we can get things quicker to us. For the folks that, for the Finger Hut folks and the Finger Hut and Amway and all those companies, even though people were cutting checks to some of the companies in money orders to send, I remember cats was East Bay in the 80s was getting their tennis shoes from East Bay. The big deal, because some people may not like certain ones, but I don't care if it's PayPal. I had no problems with PayPal. My only incident with PayPal that happened through a client. Well, it was a lady who scammed me, and for $4,500. But up until that point, I was such a great PayPal customer that I had PayPal working capital. But what PayPal showed me in that incident is they'll take it to a certain point, and then you gotta go to take this person to court or whatever. They're not gonna fight for you like your bank or your credit union. And that was something that I was like, so I can't put all my eggs in one basket, which many of you don't do now. Anyway, but once PayPal had that incident, I said, let me find out what other tools are out there for me to have some other digital merchant accounts. So, now, of course, I think the first one I started going with was Square. And the reason I love Square, my Square card, that Square logo up there, Square actually owns Cash App. So the reason I love Square is because they have a great invoicing system. And then many of you, you have Venmo, my Cash App. This is my Cash App card. The reason I'm showing you the cards is because a lot of these systems, before you would just have to get the product, Cash App, PayPal. PayPal was the first one. I had PayPal and I had the PayPal card and had the PayPal triangle and all of that. So PayPal, but Square was around at the time because people were using Square, but PayPal, I just fell in love with PayPal. It made things so much easier. So the reason I mentioned, and you have things like Payoneer. Payoneer is good for international sales. Like we have people like one of our top team members, Barbie Liss, is in Canada, and some other people are different parts of the world. You want different ways to be able to pay. Another reason it's good to have other accounts that you can do your online sales from. And you can always DM me and hit me up, and I'll let you know the different accounts to add. Is that when someone wants to pay you, and Zelle is a big one now because it's going straight to people's bank accounts, which a lot of other ones knew, but Zelle hooked up with the banks, and I think it was a comfort level there that people felt good with Zelle, and it wasn't a whole bunch of fees or anything. So the average fees are usually about 3% for transaction, which is still less than most merchant accounts used to be with a credit card machine. It's necessary if you're doing business in this day and age in any way, shape, or form to have, I think you should have as many, I think you should have all of them. The great thing about it, and also getting a card, is that if you want to do some business online and you don't always want it to come out of your main bank account, you can have a set amount of money in those accounts to handle business and also take business. Okay? So just wanted, you have a certain amount of accounts in place to handle business and also take business. I don't know if you heard that, or I don't know if it stopped there for a second. Okay. All right. So that's that. Make sure you have your online merchant accounts. And if you need more information, just hit me up, DM me, send me a message, call me, text me, and we'll talk about that, and I'll help you get them set up. Okay? Okay. The next thing is, let's talk about the products. So you saw all these products I had. You're like, oh, Troy, I used to do t-shirts and stuff. I used to do t-shirts too, where you had to buy at least a dozen and you had to figure out what sizes most people were going to be wearing and all of that wonderful stuff. Okay? That was a big deal. Having boxes of t-shirts that may or may not sell, going to events, taking all your t-shirts and your gear with you, logging in your hoodies. I had a whole line to go with Taboo for years. And even back when I was doing things in the 90s and, t-shirts and having clothing lines and having stuff and people want to order, you're going to figure out how to order. And I even had merchant stuff on MySpace back in the day. So what makes it so amazing now about having products is you can do it on demand, so you can have print on demand. So you don't have to worry about carrying a bunch of stock. unless you have a store and you want to have stock in a store, or unless you have certain specialty items that people can only get through you, like you're physically making them, a food product, embroidered thing that you only you make. But if it's some basic things like T-shirts or hoodies or aprons, or I pointed to my kitchen aprons, if it's certain things that are pretty readily available, coffee mugs, mask, my way of slipping in a sip, mask, anything along those lines, check out Printful, and I'll put some information below. I'll put the websites below that I'm talking about. And also check out Teespring. I really like Teespring. Teespring is who I get my stuff from now. I'm haven't had any problems, and they had a very good. I had somebody who ordered something, and the screen was a little off. They made a call. They handled it quickly. They got the new product. Everything was fine. So they have a good customer service piece as well. So Printful, Printful, and Teespring. Teespring is Teespring. Teespring. Okay. And once again, if you need any help with any of those things, I'll sit down, work with you. And I used to be a WordPress person as far as making WordPress sites. Wix has a great, manageable, easy template way to make your websites. If you go on GoDaddy or any domain name find, you can get your names and all of those key things we can help you with piece by piece. I can help you with doing those things. You want to have that stuff in order. You want to take advantage of any ideas you have swirling around in your mind. You need a notebook or a pad specifically, or a notebook specifically for merchandising ideas. Remember in one of the early tutorials, I told you one of the tips that Tony Robbins gave. It was for every day, for 1 month, write down 3 ways to make money. Make them different ways each day. You know, one of them might have been my own t-shirt line or clothing line. Well, you should have a book, a notebook, spiral notebook, whatever, merch ideas. Go out to the dollar store, get yourself a composition, spiral, whatever notebook you like. If you like me and you're a 70s baby, 80s brat and all that stuff, the heavy book bags with the notebooks and the smell of books this time of year, it's the most wonderful time of the year. You know, so those things make you feel great, right? Those are things you should be doing for your organization of your ideas for merch. Because you ever seen somebody have something on a shirt, clothing, anything, and you're like, man, I had that same idea. Oh, man, I wanted to do that. Or this person cooking. You know, I see the sisters that are doing desserts in the mason jars. I think that's so slick, and they build them up. But, you know, who knows the first person that started it? I mean, it started obviously with preserves and things like that. They put in mason jar, but somebody said, I like this little hook, you know. So whatever your thing is, make sure you have everything in order to get there. For those that are doing books, we have book authors who are part of the top team and who are part of our circuit and who are part of Tight Knit. Shout out to Tight Knit. Shout out to all my top team people. We have some phenomenal things coming up. And I don't want to give a big shout out to all the people who are doing the things that we've been teaching and we've been motivating and who have networked, because I'm going to forget somebody. But let me tell you, I am so proud of all you guys. If you're getting this and you're watching this now, I am talking to you because I'm proud that you took the time to watch it. And if you haven't seen the other ones, just email me or text me and I'll send you the whole slew. There's 2 sets. This is the final set for 2021 we're going to talk about. I'm still here. I'm still here for coaching. I'm still here, you know, gave everybody phenomenal opportunity becoming a member of Top Team, that I'm here. We can talk. Still reachable, still touchable, and any help you need that I can help you, assist you with, we're gonna rock on. But I hope that you are spreading your wings past fear, past all this stuff. I hope you are doing the things that you want to do in your business and stepping out, literally stepping outside the 4 walls. But for those who haven't been ready yet and stuff like that, I want you to have all your merchandise in order because you can set all this stuff up from home. We talk about a lot of the businesses that were started in garages that are $1 trillion businesses now, like Amazon and Apple and all this stuff. And they started in garages and with computers and stuff. They weren't only setting the technology forefront or setting the technology landscape going forward. They were also setting kind of the new ways to do business, and telemarketing and computers and stuff like that have been around for a while. I remember one of my part-time jobs in the 90s was a telemarketing credit cards. I made more money part-time doing sales on that stuff than I did at my regular job at Eddie Bauer at the time. But that was just, it's been around for years. This stuff has been around. None of this is new. It's just more convenient now. And I want to make sure you have all the tools you need. So when someone says, hey, how do I get your stuff? Or I want to send you a donation. Or I want to do this. You have every way possible. Another thing that's crazy about this stuff, all these things to join are free. All the things I've mentioned in this tutorial so far, in the 16 minutes I've been hitting you, are free. IngramSpark.com. IngramSpark.com. When you see my books or hear about me, there was a company called Lightning Source, one of the companies that help people do independent publishing. And my partner and I, Yonder, he put me down with Lightning Source. Lightning Source is owned by Ingram. They finally changed over. They changed over to Ingram Spark. Ingram has been amazing. Ingram is the reason that this little old black boy from Baltimore, now bustling in Burbank, got an opportunity to do a book signing or book signings in Barnes & Noble in Burbank, in Barnes & Noble, different places, because my book is a part of a real publishing house. It's not just, I'm a third party. It's not just someone owning your ISBN. I talk about that stuff all the time, but I want to give you the tools, IngramSpark.com as well. So below this, you're going to see several different links that you can go in, check them out, and get some of the things started you need. If you need any help, hit me up. I told you this wasn't gonna be a long one because we got some work to do. So these are my books, which you can get on my site. But I want to make sure everyone has all of the tools you need to start doing merchandising and monetization. A lot of times people talk about 4 streams of income, 5 streams, 7 streams, 4, however many streams of income you should have. If you look at what I just told you, this is the stuff that will set up you having different streams and getting it to the point. Get some automated things going, just like you have bills coming out automatic when you were working on a regular gig instead of owning your business, whatever. Now it's time to get some automated finances coming in. Hey, I love y'all. Peace. I'll talk to you in a hot minute. Merchandising and monetization, baby. Let's get it cracking.